Hello there, Peter Beckenham, the Village Marketer, and apologies for the one eye. Yeah, I'm one-eyed Pete still because I'm still waiting for surgery to be done. But more important than that, I want to talk to you today about a very special topic, and that is the conversion rate of people that you are talking to. This is something that I really want you to get hold of. And I want you to watch this video more than once, okay? Please do that. You see, everyone talks about having a funnel, right? And I've even mentioned it before as well, having a funnel where potential prospects come in the top and ideal customers come out the bottom. I want you not to think of a funnel anymore. I want you to think of a cylinder, right? A cylinder, because your job as a coach is one of transformation, not one of transaction. You don't need hundreds of prospects. What you need to do is you only need a few prospects every week, okay? And these prospects, which are at the top of the cylinder, should be very well defined. You can do your research on LinkedIn or wherever you want to go, okay? And make sure that when you're reaching out to your 5 people every day, whether they're new people or existing people, they are people who are potentially an ideal client for you. That's why it's a cylinder, not a funnel, all right? But that raises an interesting issue. If you've got a cylinder approach where you've got potentially ideal clients coming in the top, but at the bottom, you're not getting what you want, then there's something basically wrong. I'm suggesting to you that you should be aiming at 100% conversion of those people who are coming in. And that might sound, wow, Peter, that's impossible. Well, it's not. It's not impossible. If you do things right, okay, according to all the comfortable conversations work I've been training you and mentoring you, helping you with, if you do all things right, people will reach out with you because they will believe you are a trusted authority and seek your help. The problem is when you're having the conversations, they're not the problem. You are. If you want to put it another way, more than likely, the conversation is over at hello. You have made a wrong first impression. Think about this. When you get on, for example, a Zoom call, are you there ready? Or are you still fiddling around with your audio and your video and all they can see is the top of your head, right? That's no good. You've got to be there ready. Secondly, you've got to be prepared. You've got to know all about them. Do your research on them. Show that you're interested in them. Thirdly, do not be over-enthusiastic. Do not do that. Instead, when you are talking to them, share with them information that you'd like to know more about that you have discovered about them. By the way, one of the worst things to do is to lean forward like this to ask a question, because that scares the pants out of people. Instead, when you want to know the answer to an important question, speak softly, slow down, use pauses, and wait for them to absorb the question and give them the time to give you the answer. If you do that, you will get a much better conversation. Remember, this is a two-way conversation. This is not a dialogue. This is not an interrogation. This is not something where you have a hidden agenda. It's where you are trying to generate a trusted authority status with people because you are genuinely interested in them as a person initially and in their business with the potential problems that they may have. So I ask you, When you finish doing a call with your potential client, do you ever sit and think about, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? I mean, by the way, if you're recording it, please, please, please seek permission first. Do not automatically record without their permission. And I would love for you to share with me some of those things so I can give you feedback on those conversations that you've had. Because it's not just what you say, it's your body language. It's your eye contact with them, even with my one eye, right? It's your eye contact with them. It's your whole mode of connection. Don't be over enthusiastic with them. Don't be growly, okay? Don't be too damn serious. Look at yourself. Smile, for goodness sake. But don't be over enthusiastic, ever, okay? When you first get on the call with them, you express your interest in them and the specific thing you found in their profile that you'd like to know more about. Nothing more than that. So the message I'm really trying to give you is this. Think and look at what you did. What did I do wrong? How did I start wrong? Was I too growly? Was I trying to educate too much? Did I come across as someone who's too darn serious? Did I come across as somebody who people couldn't resonate with because I was just too darn full of my own importance? These things will result in one thing. You'll be chasing them. And that's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to be chasing anybody. Did you try to impress them? It's easy to do this, I know. It's a huge temptation to impress them with your knowledge. Just think, wow, this guy knows his stuff. I should deal with him. That's the thinking you may have in your head. That is the absolute wrong thinking. Don't educate, don't try and impress. Simply put the ball in their court, not in your court. Is this easy to do? No, it's not. I've told you this a million times before. But do not educate, do not try to impress people under any circumstances. In fact, be humble, be gentle. In fact, fall on your sword, admit that you've made mistakes so they can see that you are human, imperfect, just like them. It doesn't do your reputation any harm at all. Okay, many people will think, oh, I can't do that because I think I'm not the person who's going to fix their problem. No, that's not true. People are looking for someone they can resonate and trust, okay? They're not looking for some high-powered guru, okay? If they can resonate with you and they can see that you've had this problem, but you've overcome the problem, but you've had the guts and the intestinal fortitude to share it, if they can see that and they can feel that, then you are halfway there to getting a potential client. All right? Stop educating. Stop trying to impress. Please, they are the two worst things you can do. And the number 3 worst thing is this. Did you really get to their truth about their situation, or simply the truth that you assumed that they had? Be honest with yourself. You have a potential idea of what their problem may be, okay? And as soon as you hear them mention something that surrounds that, okay, right, yes, I know what you're all about. I can understand that. I've had that same problem before, da 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 da. But that may not be their problem. That's the key. You've got to stop yourself. Once again, I'm saying, put the ball in their court and keep it there. Tell me more about that, Mr. Prospect. How long have you had that situation? What impact has it had? What have you tried to solve that problem before? That's interesting. Tell me more, okay? Why do you think that's the case? Etc., etc., etc. Dig, 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 dig with them till you finally get them to the point when they actually have the real truth staring them in the face. Secondly, that they not only are now aware of it, but they accept it as the truth. Because if they accept it as the truth, then they own it. And if they own it, then they will be seeking help. If you try to tell them that's what their problem is, because you've seen it in other people before, they're not going to believe you. And all that is a sales pitch. I hope you can see that. It's so very important. And I know many people have heard me say this before, but in the heat of the moment, in terms of the excitement of a potential client coming on board, we forget that. Okay, we forget it. And automatically we start assuming that's what their truth is, instead of making absolutely certain what their truth is and getting them to own the truth. That's the purpose of the conversation, nothing else. Not your solution, only getting them to own what their problem is, what their truth is. That's the only objective of the conversation. Please never, ever, ever forget that. So I'm asking you to take ownership of the problem you're having in your conversations and your conversions. It's not their problem, it's your problem, right? It is your problem. And I'm telling you, first impressions can kill you. If you don't get it right up front, then you're dead in the water. You've got to start in a way that shows genuine interest without being over-enthusiastic, without being salesy, without being a guru, without trying to educate, without trying to impress, none of that. Simply being genuine, authentic, imperfect, and at times, if at all possible, show them that you also have made mistakes. That's why it's critical. We need to consistently look at the conversations we are holding with people and be honest with ourselves in the assessment of what we did, what we said, how we said it, how we presented, how we looked with those people. I'll repeat again to you. It is not without the realms of possibility for you, if you're doing a cylinder approach, when you've done your homework, okay, and you've done your research on the people that you are potentially going to talk to, right? You're not doing hundreds, you're just doing a few. It's not without the realms of possibility for you to be able to convert 100% of them. But if you're converting 0 of them, then there is an issue with you, okay? The issue is with you, and you know what the answers are. I've shared some of them in this video. The rest of it is in the skilling and the training I've given you, okay? This video is going out to all my clients. This is not aimed at anyone in particular, but it's a reminder for some people. It's a kick in the pants for some people. And for other people, it may be something brand spanking new. So I wish you well. And I really hope that you take on board what I've shared with you. Watch this more than once. And if there's anything I've said to you in any way, shape or form that is bothering you or you're not sure about, that's what our coaching and mentoring sessions are for. Look out for a little PDF called $5 one-time investment in ideal potential clients. I think you might find that helpful as well. Okay, until next time, best wishes from Pirate Pete. Okay, take care. Cheers for now.